Hi, my name is Vickie Spray, EvolveTalk.com. I'm the founder of EvolveTalk.com, and my goal and my desire is to bring socially and spiritual discerning audience and connect them with our local healers, our guides, our teachers, people who have moved into their higher consciousness, and their desire is to help others expand into their own. And today I have Cheryl Moody. Cheryl, hey.
Hi.
I'm so glad you're here.
Me too.
We've known each other for a little while, and we've grown together.
Yes,
we've expanded
have.
together. We've taught each other. We've healed together.
Yes.
And here we are. And you have moved into shamanism.
I have. I have really kind of, I would say, been looking at my Native American background for several years, since I was a teenager. But I would say probably in the last 6 years, very in depth.
Do you remember as a child being interested in the spiritual?
Well, I was raised in a very religious, like Pentecostal setting, so I was always a rebel.
Right.
So I don't know if you would say spiritual, because
Right.
I didn't really understand that.
Right.
So, but I just didn't feel it.
Right.
So I would say that I've been in search of since then.
Yes.
So I went out on my own at 17. So that's when I really started just anything I could read,
Right.
anything I could grab,
Yes.
just to see
Right.
what it was about.
Right.
So open to everything.
Right.
Because don't understand. And I really enjoy researching all the religions.
Yes.
Because I feel that you can't have an intelligent conversation about something if you don't understand it.
Right. And you and I both know that we're living in an amazing time right now.
Oh yeah, it's great. It really is.
It really is. It's astounding. I mean, I tell people all the time, it's back in the day, it was just one shaman per village. It was just one teacher or guide per town or city or province. But now so many people are coming into their own and listening to the spiritual and knowing what their gifts and talents are.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
So the work that you're doing, what specifically right now? And I know that it's shifting and it's changing and it's going to continue to expand because that's what happens. What kind of work is it now?
Well, I've been a hairdresser for 35 years, and what I've discovered is that women are very hard on themselves on the inside.
Yes.
We look in the mirror, we fix all of that, it's pretty, we love the way we're putting our mask out to the world, but a lot of times we are not really we're not paying attention to the inner talking.
Right.
And our self-talk a lot of times as women is, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not thin enough, I'm not this enough, I'm not that enough. So I realized after doing hair all these years, and then myself becoming heavier as I got older, and discovering, menopause and all the other things, and listening to my clientele, I just really started doing my research and interweaving that with spirituality and wondering how I could help women discover their inner beauty, which will automatically make them prettier on the outside.
That.
So that's where the research began. It was about 3 years ago, and I started a book. It's called Finding Your True Essence. It's a guide of discovering inner and outer beauty and how to heal yourself that way. So that's where our shaman work is going. My husband and I it's called Soar with Shamans.
Okay.
And we do some healing. He does some illumination, some energy work. My passion, I would say, is more of the teaching and assisting people to find out what's really going on. Now, what's that inner voice saying, and how important those thoughts are, because those thoughts become things.
Yes, indeed, they do.
And so if that woman is telling herself, I'm not pretty, I'm too fat, then that's what she's going to eventually get into her future. So by getting them to realize that, learning to meditate, learning to take time for themselves, and to understand no matter what, that they are beautiful, and they are God, and they're perfect the way they are. And that's really what my work is.
Yes. Isn't it interesting that the work that healers and guides do is so all-encompassing? I mean, it's how you've made money is changing.
Right.
Your relationship with others is changing. Your
Right.
relationship with yourself is changing.
Oh, yes. I mean, and you know, what's beautiful is when you teach
Yeah.
and when you coach and mentor, you heal yourself
It's
at the same time.
It's so true. My clients said they have no idea how much they've helped me.
Right. And so really it's a win-win for everybody. You know, it's interesting when I worked for Redken, they would have us read 7 Habits of Highly Effective. Yeah.
Covey.
And one thing that was interesting in that is we would learn something and then they would immediately have us teach it. And I thought, well, I'm not an expert in that.
Right.
But that's how you become better.
That's right.
So we're all
Yes.
experts. Once you read something,
Yes.
you now have knowledge.
Yes.
And the person you're teaching it to doesn't know the information.
Right.
Doesn't mean you're an expert.
No.
But they now have that. And
right.
so what they do with it is up to them.
That's
But
right.
that's how you reinforce it in yourself. And after about the 15th or 20th time that you share,
Yes.
teach, mentor, however you want to look at it, you get that ingrained in yourself.
Indeed.
And so it's a healing all the way around. And what a lot of people don't understand about what I love about shamanism is the energy that you put into what you speak.
Yes.
It vibrates out into the universe. So it doesn't just help us, Tallahassee, this. It goes on and on to infinity.
Yes.
So that's beautiful.
It's way beautiful. And we know that that's how it's working. We can see the manifesting in form in different people's relationships, people stopping their work and going toward their higher purpose,
Right.
you know, studying things, discerning what works for them, what doesn't work for them, and then making the choice and the step toward their higher consciousness, their work, how they are to serve in this world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what's beautiful about social media, and people
Yes.
are a lot more open.
Yes.
The youth is open, and you know, even though a lot of people think the youth is rebellious, I think it's beautiful. It's almost like the 60s coming back, but it's in a social media kind of way.
Yes.
And they're open.
And they need to rebel.
Yeah.
What they've been handed is not
But
pretty.
they're open, and they're you know, I think they're the warriors. They're our peace warriors.
I'm so glad. And we have to say though that people like us who maybe discovered it in our later years,
Right.
we are the path makers. You know, we're helping them have a clearer path so that they're not
Exactly.
having to start from scratch necessarily.
Exactly, because I will be 52 in February, and really just now feel like I'm
too.
Well, and I don't even know that I would say understand,
Right.
but feel comfortable with you know, where I'm at and all the changes that are going on.
Yes. Well, you have made a profound focus to that. You've committed your life now.
I have.
Uh-huh.
I have. It's interesting because I'm really following spirit. I'm following exactly what I feel the passion for, and it's really opened up some amazing doors.
Yeah.
The quote that I was teaching up for years at Redken to my little hairdresser, you know, mentees was, "At the moment of commitment, the universe conspires to assist you."
Yes.
And I don't think I even understood it until just recently.
Right. Right.
When we decided to sell our home and all of our belongings, and now I'm closing my salon business to assist people to you know, open up to themselves, because we're all healers, we're all teachers.
Yes.
And a lot of people just don't know that because their programming is so ingrained in them that they're not worthy, and we're all worthy. And we can all be shamans.
Indeed.
And we can be whatever we want to be.
Indeed.
And that's our mission and our work. And now we're going to take it on the road.
Wow. Wow.
So through the purging and all the personal things I went through, I think you and I talked about, I think that one of my missions is to be a storyteller. So that I can... You are
such a good storyteller.
So I can just tell my story,
Yes.
and if that resonates with someone... then they can look at their life, and then it will just echo out. Then they'll tell somebody in their family, and then it'll just morph.
Yes.
And that's really Evolve.
Yes.
EvolveTalk. And that's
Yes.
really why I was interested in doing this program, because that's how it starts.
It is.
It starts here in the community. Hear it with yourself.
Yes.
You may not be able to change the government and overseas and other countries, but you can start with yourself.
Yes, indeed.
And once you change yourself, as Wayne Dyer says, everything in front of you will change.
Yes, yes.
So.
And you and I both know, too, that it seems to be a law that, we're not going to be allowed to, speak it and teach it until we're actually willing to integrate it.
Exactly.
And actually that's one of the reasons I've chosen the word discerning audience, because these people have been around.
Right.
They've heard, the quacks, they've heard the stuff, people who just talk the talk and don't have it. And so what's so beautiful about this journey that I see so many of us on is, if love isn't included, if love isn't the criteria here, people are like, you know what? I have as many scriptures and mystical teachings as I can deal with.
Right.
Show me the love.
Exactly.
And so what does that require of us to do as teachers and guides and healers? But to love ourselves.
Exactly.
and to love unconditionally others, which is really kind of opposite than what we were told. We were told that when we came into this earth plane that we were tainted from the very get-go.
Exactly.
These kids that are coming in, many of them are being told, you are a divine spark of the thing that created all things. Congratulations.
Know, it's so beautiful.
And welcome.
Exactly.
And you don't have to do anything to maintain that. You just are that.
Exactly. Yeah, that's wonderful. So we're very excited about the work. I mean, it's just every day is exciting to wake up and see what's going to come next.
Yeah. And so with EvolveTalk, you're doing Shaman Says. You're going to be doing
my husband and I are doing a lot of the work together, but my particular, I love to research, and I love the gadgets and the computer. So I wanted to start kind of, I don't know what if it'll morph into a daily, but affirmations are wonderful, and the things we repeat, and helping us to deprogram.
Yes.
And there's a lot of little cards out there and affirmations, and people have little sayings every day, but I just thought it'd be fun to start a Shaman Says.
Yes.
And it would just be a nice little 1-minute affirmation, or maybe it's a mantra to meditate, or just a tidbit that you can use each day, month, week, however it morphs into, to just keep you on track.
Yes.
Because even myself, as much as I do all this work, there comes days when you just, the old Cheryl comes back, the programming kicks in. And now, through the work, I'm able to say, wait. And stop. And then put that little Cheryl over here.
Because it's
you
painful.
settle down, little Cheryl, and move into, and it really does work. So I really am passionate about that. And as we get on the road, we're going to RV across the United States.
That is so cool.
So that we can meet new people.
Absolutely.
And I believe meet your teachers.
Yes,
well, everybody's your teacher, but it's fun to get out and just see different cultures. And because we're going west first, I'm very excited because I'm Cherokee Indian from, the like North Carolina, Tennessee area. But I've always been fascinated about all the tribes out west. And there's 22 tribes in just New Mexico alone, which is our first stop. Just to be around the culture, dance and ceremony, and learn from them. Yes. And then I'll be blogging that and staying in touch with you and EvolveTalk, and in working through the Shaman Says. So you'll see lots of me on the road.
Love it. One of the things that EvolveTalk, as you know, is moving toward is an audience-based show, and so February 1st, you're going to do. You're going to come and speak to the audience that is there. February 1st at Arts, and you'll be hearing more about it, I promise. And you're going to be doing a journey. You're going to take the audience through a journey.
A journey is in shaman, and there's different types of shamans. I was trained under the Inca Native American shamanism, and a journey is a guided meditation. That helps you kind of get out of your head. And what the indigenous would say is shaman is someone that has one foot in the other world and one foot in this world, in the spirit world and this world, so that you can get guidance. And so I will lead everyone in a meditation so they can get a taste of that. So that's really what we'll be doing. And once you know how to do a journey, then you can do it yourself at home.
And see, that's the other thing that made me trust you, is that you know and you implement and you manifest the idea that we actually have it within us. You're not setting yourself up as this great teacher.
No.
You know, though you have a lot of work that you've done yourself, and you know a lot, and you're willing to give it. You know that it's within each of us,
right,
and that we're capable of knowing. We don't need a mediary.
We really don't.
You know, we maybe do in the beginning. You know, a teacher or a guide, or
but when we're willing,
that's right.
That is the word. When you're willing,
that.
Then they come. They'll come. They're there already.
Yes.
But when you're willing,
yes.
We do have free will. But when you learn to be willing, open up, and do truly let go,
yes,
there's so much help.
It just
comes flying in. It's amazing. I mean, I myself still go, wow. I just can't believe all the things that are happening, and it seems like the more you trust and the more faith, it comes faster and faster and faster.
It's amazing.
So it is. It's amazing.
Well, I am so glad. It's a short period of time, but I did want the audience to have a taste of what Shaman Says is going to be. And what?
Oh, and our Shaman Says readings. So we do Shaman Says readings.
Yeah.
That's another one of my passions. And what that really is you bring some objects.
Okay.
And we sit down and we discuss what those objects are after you kind of throw them around and kind of dash them out like dice.
Ah.
And it kind of gives you, I just assist you with healing yourself, basically.
Perfect. I love that. So many gifts to get to our power
Exactly.
inside. Thank you very much.
Yes.
We're going to have you back.
Okay.
Probably, maybe we'll do one of those on one of the videos. I don't know, depending on what's going on. Thank you. Join us next time. Socially and spiritual, discerning audience that you are. Thank you. This has been EvolveTalk.com with Cheryl Moody and Vickie Spray. Thank you.